Running the GyroSmart was pretty straightforward. When we needed to do the survey, we put the depth encoder on, set the tool up, put it together, shot it down the hole, pulled it back out, downloaded the data onto the tablet, and then we just brought a thumb drive, put it in the side of the tablet, downloaded the data onto the thumb drive, and then next time the geo came out to the rig, or that evening, the boys just gave the thumb drive with all the day's surveys on it to the geo, and he whacked it straight onto his computer.
Once we pull the gyro tool out of the hole, we download the data, and all of the QA QC on the data can be done at the tablet, at the rig, and the driller can see exactly what his hole is doing.
Used it for about 4 months up north of Laverton, and we originally got it was the client wanted azimuth, which we couldn't provide because we don't like to use stainless steel rods, because we believe they deviate a lot because they're softer metal and they're hard to get hold of, and they're generally a pain in the neck to use. Main attraction for the client to have the GyroSmart on site was we got instant feedback from the hole. So we could survey the hole. If it was going to 300 metres, we could survey it at 100, 150, get a feel for where it was going. And then on an RC rig, not as much as a diamond rig, but an RC rig, you can do things to move your hole. So if you got that information before you finish the hole, we're able to try and move the hole and get it close to the target. Otherwise, if you haven't got anything there for your azimuth and your dip and everything, you've got no idea where you are until the end of the hole. Normally when someone comes up to survey, normally at the end of the program. So this way we got updates all through the program of where we were. The downhole depth encoder we used on the base rod. So we pulled one rod off the bottom, put the spanner in the bottom rod, and then fitted the encoder around the bottom rod and used the GyroSmart through there. We actually had myself and 3 other people in the company went through the training course to get certified in that, and it just consisted of a day. We did it in the Kalgoorlie branch here and just went out to the test hole and did a couple of dry runs. All my guys picked it up pretty quick. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to use. We used the GyroSmart on the deeper holes where we were, mainly due to a deep RC hole is still worth a fair bit of money, even compared to a diamond hole, costs the customer a fair bit of money. So they want to make sure if it's going 300 metres, it's going to hit where they want it to hit. And that's the advantage of this thing. You know, you can see straight away that if there's a trend developing, you can do something about it. The geos may have to reorganise their holes, maybe change angles by a couple of degrees just so they're hitting the target. Where in the past, if you got a surveyor up at the end of the program, you wouldn't know till the end of the job that you should have perhaps moved the holes, 2, 5 degrees or whatever to get your target.
Mainly we're doing diamond drilling on site with Navi work and with a lot of wedging. Those are primarily the only holes that we've used it on. Those holes generally are around 1,000 metres deep. Average hole depth is around 600 or 700 metres. At Windara we have the disadvantage of having very magnetic ground, which basically means that we can use no other survey tool other than gyro on site. Any sort of magnetic recording device is totally rendered useless. We found the accuracy of the GyroSmart to be very good, especially when compared to other gyro tools that we've had come up in the past. We've got a lot of workings through which we have to negotiate our drill holes to hit our targets, and the GyroSmart has certainly helped us make some critical decisions that have proved to work quite well.
The biggest cost saving we probably found with it was downtime. We could do the survey ourselves. Generally, in the past, when you do a deep program like this, if the client wants to survey it as you're going, you've got to the crew have got to guess when they're going to finish a hole. The client then rings a survey company, and then depending on where their surveyors are located, sometimes the rig might have to go on standby, for anything up to a day, waiting for a surveyor to come out to site to survey your hole. Where if you've got this thing, you're out and done in half an hour to an hour. So it's a lot of cost savings, not only to the client because you can get onto the next hole and get going for them and finishes their program quicker, but the big one for us was we weren't hanging around and waiting, which can be quite frustrating.
The advantages for us of having the GyroSmart tool on site is that when we need information 24 hours a day to make decisions on Navi work, on wedging, being 300 or 400 kilometres away from the nearest centre that will have downhole capability, to actually have that tool on site saves us a hell of a lot of time, especially in downtime for the drill rig. As a cost saving, to date we've done 10,200 metres worth of downhole surveys. Normally that would have cost us around $480,000. Having the GyroSmart on site has cost us about $210,000, so we're well in front.